Alright, welcome back everybody. 1.0 last Epoch is not only here, but it's been a blast. I'm having a great time streaming every day for a long time. And right now I'm gonna present you what I'm doing with the BeastMaster Scorpion, which was my league starter. And of course we have gotten a few upgrades. It took me a while for some of them, but I finally hit almost everything that I would like tonight. And I'm gonna show you what I'm doing with the build. So far I have pushed 500 corruption. I've been farming there for a few days. It's been a blast. A couple of issues that we have found in the build due to the corruption changes mainly is that you do require a little bit of minion health on your Scorpion right now compared to what I had on the planners. This was always the case, but that was for high corruption. Right now, even after 400 corruption, a little bit of minion health would do you very well, because it can get one shot, especially from some big elemental attacks. And as you know, minions don't really dodge and avoid spells. So one of the things is that one. Other than that, the build has been a blast. It was really good. It did have a little bit of issues early on because, again, corruption has been changed. When it comes to the passives, I haven't done a lot of changes since I got all the upgrades I want in the Friday stream. I'm actually gonna be trying to push a lot more than 500 corruption. I got a couple extra upgrades that I would like to get, and my goal right now is to hit 4,000 hit points. Hopefully I can get there. And other than that, maxing out primal strength here, I took out those points here close to the forest, and I put a lot more points in the primal aspects, mainly because I want aspect of the boar uptime to be as high as possible. This was something that Cookbook also pointed out, that we need a couple of points extra if our aspect of the board is not 100% uptime. And right now, again, with the new difficulty, is kind of required. Other than that, I have gone for a Titan Heart setup, 2 LP here, Aspect of the Viper, and tier 7 increased life. This is definitely the best combo you can get if you have a 2 LP Titan Heart. Hit point priority, but Aspect of the Viper, of course, is really good. I finally hit my 3 LP lethal concentration. This was my endgame gear when it comes to highest DPS for pushing corruption as well. We have a new suffix. This is Minion poison penetration on our suffix now, and of course damage over time for minions is the best thing we can do. And we have a new prefix that we can use. Normally I would go for melee attack speed as my prefix, but that's only for a little bit of quality of life. We don't care about attack speed because our attack is on cooldown. It's just quality of life and between stuns and stuff like that. But now we have parry. It's not a lot, it's only 10%, but 10% is just another defensive layer on top of everything else that we have. Now, two of my favorite bases, I finally crafted what I wanted, is these Citadel boots. They have the crit damage reduction, they have a lot of flat armor. I finally got what I wanted. This one can still get a little bit better. I would prefer tier 7 strength and minion damage a little bit higher, but it took a lot of failures, a lot of bricks. Right now though, it's what I want when it comes to suffixes. Cooldown recovery rate is very important to get on every piece that you can. And of course we got Eternal Gauntlets. This is by far the best glove base right now. Especially for any build that scales 4k armor and above, because again, incredible flat armor and armor mitigation up to 24%, applying 2 damage over time. On top of it, we have 15% from the experimental affix. I'm capping my crit avoidance with those 2 items. I have tier 6 fortification, tier 7 fortifications here, excuse me. So we're getting 55% reduced damage and 45% from that. So we are crit capped. This was probably the longest and the highest corruption I've pushed without being fully crit capped. I had a few pieces like I have fortification here, I have fortification here, but it was not fully crit capped and I could feel it sometimes. But now we are in a good shape. I did not get the last tier of attunement that I wanted on my gloves, but it's still really good. As you can see, my armor has skyrocketed. I was 3,300 or 600 today when I was farming at 500 corruption. Right now, we're well over 6,000. And that's fantastic. We also get in 35% of that mitigation against damage over time. We also have a little bit less damage taken over time taken from slowed enemies from our dedication. I have hit this one very early into the league, and it's fantastic. +4 Minion Scorpion, Summon Scorpion levels. You don't need +4, even +3 is completely fine. Any other stats on it, they're very, very good. You can get life, you can get endurance, anything that makes your build feel better, even some resistances. The frailty that I have here, because it's so high percentage, 50%, it actually helps me quite a bit. And I took out a couple of extra points that I was using here for frailty. Now I can apply it myself, and I got a couple of points here on the area of effect for quality of life. And then on that, with the points that we got, I have maxed out Deeper Puddle, and I put one here for physical resistance, because physical damage is very, very high, especially, you know, from some boss fights and some monsters in our map. But you also have the option of going elemental resistance, so the extra Scorpion levels is up to you depending on what kind of content you are doing, and of course where you see your Scorpion hit points go very low or even die. Other than that, I have two Aspect of the Viper effects. This is healing effectiveness as well. This is Minion healing effectiveness. I will upgrade this one. I do have a healing effectiveness one, but it's not very high roll on the Aspect of the Viper. It's actually minimum, so I kind of prefer this one for a little bit more damage out of it. And now I have bought actually two of those idols. I didn't think I would use them. I have actually sold some of them myself, but since I want a little bit help on my elemental resistance cap. As you can see, my fire is not still there, but we're gonna get it there though. And yeah, physical resistance needs a little bit of help as well. Poison resistance is fine. We have cleanse on the build, multiple sources of cleanse. So if I can get a little bit more, I would be more happy. But other than that, the build is doing fantastic. I'm really excited to start pushing a little bit more corruption. I will have a link of my character's profile in the description if you wanna check it out, if you wanna have, you know, somewhat of a guidance of how you should build for endgame. This is definitely a build that can do everything in the game. I've been farming tier 4 Bastion, tier 4 Lightless, tier 4 Jura for all of those days. I've been doing different kinds of projects to make more money for Merchants Guild as well. And I'm finally in a good position that I'm feeling okay pushing more corruption right now, because 500 was kind of my ceiling. I could push a little bit more, but probably was not gonna be a very you know, good experience. And then on that, as you can see here, I'm still missing a little bit endurance. I kind of failed this ring right here, and I need the resistances from here for the time being. I'm gonna be making some upgrades on this one. We are 920 minion damage over time now, plus a little bit extra here and there that we get from our buffs, from our Terra's Blessing and everything else, right? And about 400 healing effectiveness. I think 350 healing effectiveness is more than enough, but if you can get a little bit more, and I want to get to about 50% cooldown recovery, that's probably gonna mean tier 6 or tier 7 cooldown recovery rate on the belt. I can afford it right now, so maybe I will do something like that. I definitely need a better base on the belt. This one is just movement speed. I want something with armor. So yeah, we'll see how we go. I might use Spider Silk for cold and poison resistance, but I don't need cold, as we see. We'll see. There are a lot of different things you can do with the build. As I've pointed out, the gear is very flexible. You tailor it to your own needs and the content you're doing. I'm absolutely amazed with the love you're putting for the build as well. Me and Kukub just love it right now. This has been a really nice build for a lot of people. I'm really glad we got this guide out. And again, a big thanks to Cookbook for collaborating with me. I'm really happy when we can get out nice builds for the community and they enjoy themselves. I will see you in the next video, and if you haven't subbed to the channel, please do so. Hit the like button. We're gonna have a lot more content now that I'm finally, taken into a normal streaming program. I'm gonna be getting out some more videos, and I have some other things that I want to talk about. Thank you very much, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.